Alright, what's going on, guys? We're here at BHB with Brian and Jeremy. There's almost over 5,000 reptiles in this business alone that I'm excited to see a lot of these. Now, none of them are venomous, so a lot of them are kept in drawers, which is, again, there's nothing wrong with it. So we're gonna go and check out some of his awesome snakes. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it.
Find some heat. You gotta find some heat.
So we're starting small, and then we'll move up.
We're gonna move up. So this is actually what they would call a diffused albino or blood red albino scaleless corn snake.
That's
silly.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah. So the first scaleless snake I ever held was actually at Nerd when we went up there. Yeah.
Ball python?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you know, and there's. You know, people are producing the scaleless Western Diamondbacks now.
Oh, yeah.
I like to say that Western Diamondbacks are like the ball pythons.
Yeah, yeah, because they've got all the different color phases. Yeah.
And you know, they're doing the scale.
I always say, if you didn't know that this was a Crebo, you would think this was a Cobra.
Oh yeah.
You know, because it's got that same, you know, huge scalation, and this is actually a really old black-tailed Crebo. He's probably about 18 to 20 years old.
He even moves like a Cobra.
Yeah, he will never bite, but he will move around constantly.
Oh, you're in shed too.
And of course he's in shed.
Yeah. Dude, this is crazy. Even his head, yeah. Dude, wow.
You would think it was a, if you came across that in the wild, you'd be like, that's a Cobra.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know.
That's insane. You're going nuts.
I know, he's
smelling everything.
He's perpetual movement, always. He never slows.
We got 5,000 drawers to go through. We'll find it.
Yeah, we're not leaving until we get this thing. Let's see here. This is a cool snake here. This is actually an albino Chinese rat snake. So this is a Tiniera. Tiniera.
Don't bite me. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about it.
Doesn't bite too much.
Wow.
We're gonna get summer bit though.
Yes. Oh man.
Oh, there you go. Going on. What did you do to my tame snake?
Oh, are you Furby? Are you afraid of Furby here?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Silly monkey. Take a look at this one.
As it poops in your hand.
Hey now.
Wow.
Relax, buddy.
Bro, I feel like I'm holding like a ball of fire.
I know, it doesn't even make sense, dude. Right? So this is a scaleless Texas rat snake.
What?
That's silly, dude.
I know, and that's another polygenically bred animal to get that orange, right?
Yeah.
Because a Texas rat snake without scales would be basically gray, right?
Yeah.
And then, but under those scales, there's a little orange, there's a little yellow, and then you just start selectively breed for the most yellow, the most reds, and you produce some ridiculous
You can see like
stuff.
where the scales wanted to come out on the side too.
Yeah,
wow.
It's so...
I feel like it's like holding lava in my hand.
Let's get into a couple bigger things. Let's see here.
Blood red.
Let's see. Gosh, I don't know what to do here.
Anything. I'm cool with it all. Anything.
So these are like lavender snow.
Oh wow.
These are lavender cow kings that are het for snow. So when you breed these together, you get a all purple snake with no pattern at all.
Because I mean it's got that tint of purple, like pink to it.
And
That's
when they're
crazy.
babies, Oh my gosh, they are so beautiful.
Yeah, they just glow. Which I mean, I don't even know if the camera is gonna pick that up, but that's awesome.
Give you an idea what they look like as babies.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's how purple
insane.
they get. Yeah.
And it just spreads out like that.
Yeah, it's wild, you know.
Wow.
So these are all lab snows here. Like, look at this one here. Whew.
Yeah, the thing's crazy.
Oh my
Just
god.
like, you know, you don't think of snakes as purple, you know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. So they fade out a little bit when they get bigger, but they're beautiful.
I actually have a purple squam, and like, you don't see too many of them, you know, purple ones, but.
This is actually Arizona mountain king snake, so it's a Pyromilana.
Okay.
Love these guys.
I think I've seen these before.
Yeah, they're
beautiful.
Yeah, and we have albinos of these too, so,
really?
they're really
that pattern
amazing,
on the side. There's no black on the side.
I know. Yeah, so that's through like selectively breeding to reduce black in the triads, you know, so that you can get, you know, as a matter of fact, there's what's called an Applegate strain of Pyromilana, and it's got no black at all.
Really?
So it's just got the red and yellow.
Question for you. So, like, I breed, you know, obviously venomous snakes and stuff like that, but for something like that, to where you're trying to take a color out of the snake, how many generations does that take?
You know, it depends on what you're trying to do. Like, this is probably 5 generations in now. To get it completely no black, it might take 7 to 10 generations. Then there's other things. I'll show you like some snow corns that are pink that are probably 5 or 6 generations in. And what you're doing is you're just breeding the pinkest corn snakes each generation, and every generation they're getting more and more pink, and they turn outrageous. So I'll definitely find one of those.
Because that's something, like, I have my Mexican West Coast, and I have a blonde male. He's full yellow, you know, and I want to try and get the females and try and get, because like nobody has any females that are that blonde color. So like I've been trying to pull, you know, the highest content of yellow out of the female babies and raise them up.
100% passes on. 100% passes on. You're gonna get there. I promise you. You will get there. Let's see. Another rainbow boa, but this is a T positive albino rainbow boa. By the Colombian. Okay. Yeah.
So this one's a biter, so I should hand this to Summer really quick?
Yeah, Summer should handle that for sure. Because if she doesn't, she's a wimp.
I didn't say it.
Don't like to the head.
I like to walk her.
Ow! Just like that.
You are now a part of the family.
All right.
You're officially part of it.
Oh, you got this. How the heck did you get this finger? I only felt it on this finger. So me, Summer, and Jeremy were actually talking about geckos last night, and like how leopard geckos are so common. I guess the fat tail creeps out Summer, but I was like, but their face is so cute.
Oh my gosh!
Like my first reptile was a leopard gecko.
Really?
My sister was like, if you can keep this alive, you can move up to something else. I think I was like 6, but yeah, that was my first reptile. Was leopard geckos.
And this is just a tangerine, you know, carrot tail, bold, what they call bold stripe, but. Just again, but we have a lot of geckos.
Yeah, and that's something in Florida. A lot of people like. There's a lot of reptile breeders that have, you know, these
Lots
guys,
of geckos,
and you see them transparent ones and like all this other stuff. And I'm like, this is nuts.
It's ridiculous. I mean, if you think ball pythons and corn snakes have a lot of mutation, you know, leopard geckos are next level.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're. I mean, I can't even keep up. You know, there's so much.
They sold so many leopard geckos when I was a kid, and it's like the only thing I ever saw was the normal leopard gecko. Like, and now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, 20 years later, 25 years later, there's see-through ones.
It's crazy how quick it went from literally like normals in jungles to now 500 different leopard gecko morphs. I mean, it's crazy. Insane. But again, much like you talked about with the corn snake, these guys you can raise up in a year. Yeah. You know, so literally from the time this is born till the time its babies are hatching are 12 months. Yeah. So they breed at like 8-9 months, and so you can reproduce stuff so quickly, and projects move so fast.
But I mean, these guys only lay what 2 to 4 eggs.
2 eggs, but they'll lay up to 8 to 10 clutches a year, so they can lay up to 20 eggs. A good female lays 20 to 24 eggs. We average about 12 eggs per female, but you know, that's still a lot of babies in literally a year. So if you want to get 5 or 6 generations into a polygenic trait, it only takes you 5 or 6 years, whereas a ball python that would take you 15 or 20 years.
Jeez.
You know, so.
Nope, you're not going in the dark little hole. My daddy.
My pleasure. There you go, buddy. But we have a lot. I mean, Jessica is like a leopard gecko, just savant. She's so good at it. But we keep like kind of just, you know, bringing our leopard geckos groups down to a point where they make sense, you know?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is just a pure white one. This
I don't know if I want to hold that thing.
It's kind of freaky, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah, just pure white.
It's beautiful though.
It is gorgeous.
Like the color
got the
on
blue
that.
eyes. You know,
Yeah.
you can see the blue coming through. It's just a gorgeous animal.
That tail is cool.
Love it.
All right, downstairs.
Downstairs.
All right, it's getting a little hot.
Isn't that crazy?
Jeez.
It's
Are these all scaleless?
These
Yeah.
are scaleless,
I want
yes.
to touch them.
Yeah, go ahead, touch him.
You can see he's got actually the two black scales.
I feel like
Yeah.
old people.
So you've been feeling old people's skin too, huh?
Like my grandma, you know, when I hold their hand or whatever. But
Grammy Grams.
He's got the
Let me
two
just-
black
yeah,
scales
right, let me
above his
just-
eyes. That's awesome.
I know.
let me see his face.
They
a
smell
lot of
different
times-
too.
Yeah, you got a must. That must.
Yeah.
That must smell. Yeah.
Hold on, you gotta put your hand.
Sorry,
down a
babe.
little.
Dude, he is beautiful. Like it literally looks like a toy snake.
Yeah. It doesn't look
Literally.
real. Yeah, it doesn't. It literally looks. It looks plastic.
Yeah.
Of course, one of my favorite. I mean, I say favorite a lot. So. But I
I do the same thing.
This is
Oh,
is
man.
Mandarin Rat Snakes.
Yeah.
Of course, these are the Sichuan region animals. So they're just a little bit more yellow. They get a little larger. Just really beautiful. And again, much
these
like
the Diamondbacks.
much like we were talking about with the mangroves, like captive animals do great because you know these guys come in from the wild,
Horrible.
gone.
Yeah,
you just
horrible.
can't keep them alive.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
these guys as captives, I mean, they're just like a corn
They're-
snake.
yeah,
You know, we
they're
keep them a little
rock stars.
cooler. We always just keep them on the bottom rack so that
Yeah.
they're a little bit cooler. They don't like heat that much, but other than that, I mean, they eat frozen. They breed like crazy. I mean, they're really pretty
They are
amazing.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I love them. I love all the Asian stuff, but these guys
yeah.
are.
Yeah,
This was like-
I'm a big fan of that stuff too.
Yeah, I don't know. Just there's something about them, you know. That here's your Super Conda.
Oh, okay.
There's your Super Conda for you.
Yeah, so that's what I had gotten for a friend, definitely. Actually, hers had almost no patterns though on the head.
This one
Yeah,
has a little stripe on it. Yeah,
That's
it has a little
crazy.
stripey stripe.
beautiful though.
Yeah, hoggies are they're addictive.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is of course Rhino Rat Snakes.
Oh, really? Oh, no way.
So
Yeah,
cool.
so they got the.
These are awesome. So a very good mutual friend of mine and yours, Ryan, he breeds these guys. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay.
Oh, he's a little.
You're
he's a
okay.
little cranky
right.
today.
So if you can see, he's got a horn on the end of his nose. Ryan actually, he's got those blue ones.
yeah.
Yeah, those
Phenomenal.
are silly. Yeah.
Okay, you can go back.
okay.
You can go home.
all right.
You're not about it.
Yeah, and basically that little horn is used. It's you know, these guys will be up in the trees, right?
Yeah.
Like just like that, and that horn looks like a little grub worm. And so a bird will come try to eat
And
the
they snatch
horn,
it.
and then they get a free meal. So it's pretty cool.
Actually, I'm curious because I've never been to the wild to see these guys. Do they move like the vine snakes? Do they like creep like with the wind blowing? Do you know? Or?
Yeah, I've never seen them sway like the
No.
vines. I've never seen them do that.
I was
but
curious about those.
yeah, but they definitely will just stay still up in the trees. You
Yeah.
know, like we have over at the Reptarium, we had one for a long time, and it would just perch all the time and like a branch. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you
they're
know, it's
awesome,
really
yeah.
cool. One of my favorite corn snakes.
Oh yeah.
This is a Palmetto corn snake. Recessive mutation, kind of like the cow retic of corn.
Yeah, that's what I was
Hey,
thinking. when I
can
see
you
it.
turn this way? Because otherwise I can't, like the angle's kind of
Sorry.
No worries.
She yells at me a lot.
No. Jay doesn't say anything.
I'm to learn and make it better for you.
Hell yeah.
Damn. It literally looks like somebody put some seasonings on this snake.
I know, right?
It's like
Like-
Everglades heat.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's insane. That head though, those two crowns. Oh my god. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're
See, I want to get the top on that.
You want to see the head?
All right, let's get started.
Well, we're downstairs now in the basement.
Yeah.
So this is, you have different snakes down here, right?
Yeah, so these are all our boas and pythons down here, breeder
Okay.
boa and pythons. So just all kinds of different stuff from sand boas to rainbow boas to ball pythons.
How many ball python morphs have you created?
Well, so I think there's like two different things to look at. You know, there's like the base morph, which is I think is the most impressive, right? Because when you're talking about like pinstripe or some of these types of things, that's harder to produce. when it comes to like combos, I mean, it's probably at least 100.
Yeah.
You know, but base morph, we've done Pinstripe, Scaleless, and Sunset were our 3 big base morphs that we reproduced. We also were like 1-2 with Pieds, Cinnamons, Clowns, you know, but we were like, you know, right the same year, just a few weeks later.
Yeah,
you know,
because
type
it's
of
something
thing,
I
yeah.
had asked when I was up in Nerd, you know, like how many, you know, have you guys created itself? And I was like, I was dumbfounded. I didn't know there were so many. And the way
Yeah.
he was going off, which I'm sure you can do the same thing, like this is this, this, and this. And like I've seen your videos where you do that, and I'm just like, how?
Yeah.
Like he blew my mind when he did that. And I'm like, again, I'm sure you can do the same thing. Like,
Yeah, it's just really, you know, I mean, it's easier when, you know, you were there for the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You know, like if I jumped into ball pythons now and had no knowledge, I don't know that I could know what the heck was going on.
yeah.
You know?
It's
But
really
the
easy to
fact
get
that, you know,
lost.
I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, when I started, there was literally like Bob Clark had just brought in albinos. You know, Pieds had came in a while ago, but weren't proven genetic yet, and that was it. I mean, you know, so we saw the first ghost ball pythons, the first pastels, the first spiders, pinstripes, all this stuff. So as you know, things got more complicated, we just were adding, instead of adding 200, 300, 500 morphs to our database, we were just adding one here, one there.
Yeah,
We already had all that knowledge
Yeah.
of seeing it come, you know. But yeah, I mean, I mean, there might be hundreds that I've created. I mean, still even this year, we probably did.
and you did
20,
name one after
30.
your wife.
I did name Lori,
We saw that one
yeah,
earlier.
The Lori ball python,
Yeah.
which is weirdly enough, we did that probably 15 years ago, and just now it's like becoming popular.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for 15 years it was kind of like, oh, it's all right, you know. Now people are also like, oh my God, the Lori ball python's really cool, you know, because we're starting to produce some really pretty cool stuff. But there's, you know, like I said, there's all kinds of stuff down here that I love. I mean, obviously these are the Sunset Indian smooth scale Sambos, the John Eye, and these guys. The thing that's interesting about these guys, normally they're brown.
Yeah.
So this is like what they call a sunset that
It
stays
literally
orange.
looks like just a giant worm.
It's like a giant worm, yeah. And of course the head and the tail.
Yeah, look exactly the same.
Yeah, you can barely tell the difference between the head and the tail.
So you just, I mean, what do these guys eat in the wild?
So in the wild, they're going to still eat a lot of rodents. You know, I mean, that's going to be their main diet in the wild. Again, ambush hunters, they're going to stay right underground. They're going to feel anytime, like if I keep them in bedding, you know, some bedding, and you can literally tap on it, and their heads will just
Pop out.
slowly pop up.
Yeah.
And that's why their eyes are on the very top of their head, so their eyes
like the
and
sand
head,
vipers, yeah, they're
exactly.
same way.
Yep, and they're just sit there and ambush. But yeah, primarily, I mean, these guys, I'm sure will eat the occasional lizard and stuff like that, but primarily a rodent eater in the wild as well.
Okay.
Really cool animals. Of course, we've got, like, you know, just like our rainbow boas and stuff like that. You know, we've got Brazilians and Colombians. We've got you know, a few different morphs like hypo Brazilians and leucistic Colombians, and then we have albino Colombians. And
the one that caught, you know, my attention yesterday was the albino, or the leucistic.
Yeah, leucistic.
So, and we were talking about how, you know, most people just see that as a white snake. But I'm like, to me, that's rare as hell. Like, I've never seen it, didn't know it was a thing until yesterday.
Yeah,
so, like, that blew my mind. I was like, oh, you got one down here too?
Yeah, this is, this is.
See, that's insane to me. You go from this to that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this is that you can produce black-eyed and blue-eyed from the same litter.
Really?
So sometimes they come out black-eyed, sometimes they come out blue-eyed, and sometimes you'll get a black-eyed and a blue-eyed one at the same time.
That's cool.
So weirdly enough, you know, because with ball pythons, of course, black eyes and blue eyes are two completely different morphs.
Yeah.
You breed them together, you'll never prove them. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, guys.
This is a little guy, that little blue-tongue skink, little northern blue-tongue that we produced about 3 months ago.
I kind of want to get one of these. Like, blue tongues are so cool.
Fly.
Oh, you don't like the camera. Don't bite my finger because you don't like the camera.
These guys are chill.
I'm not gonna lie, Brian. It's getting pretty hot. I saw you had a pond in that corner. Can I go swimming?
I tell you what, you can go swimming. There is you might have to share space with an inhabitant, though. As long as you're cool with that, you go for a swim.
I mean, I go swimming in the canals in Florida, so.
Go for it, man.
Awesome.
I think you'll like it.
Sweet. So this is your inhabitant then?
This is my boy RJ.
I mean,
if you want to get cool, you got no choice.
I'm fine. Can I stand on this or no?
You can stand wherever you'd like.
Yeah. Okay.
Worst that happens, you fall in.
Yeah. Right. Oh. I just didn't know what was underneath it. You're okay. I have nothing in my pockets. Yes. Oh, that's nice and cold. Woo. Bless you. You want to come here, or you're going to just hang out over there? He's like, you're big. So a lot of people think alligators eat people,
right?
But they don't realize that alligators sit on the ground, so we look like walking trees to them. And I explain that a lot to people. That's one of the biggest questions I get asked. Like, oh my God, you're in a pit full of alligators, you're gonna die. And I'm like, no, they're actually terrified of us.
Right.
Do you mind if I touch him?
Whatever you want with him. He's actually very good. Once he submits to you, you're fine. There you go.
So something too, which I know you've been to Gatorland and stuff like that. So alligators that are in captivity, their heads are completely different than wild alligators. And I always like to tell people it's like the same thing with the orcas in captivity. When they're in captivity, their dorsal fin bends over. Alligators' heads go wider versus longer. So you can tell, like the ones at our facility, a lot of ours are ones that were taken out of the wild because they were on properties they weren't supposed to be on. They're what we call nuisance alligators. So like you can see the ones that have been there for 40 plus years versus the ones that came in 2 weeks ago. Like
how they're different.
The oldest alligator unfortunately just died about a month ago. Yeah, he was there, from what I was told, he was at the facility for like 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah, his head was super wide. It's crazy.
Like what he's doing a little bit right now is he usually goes under that.
Oh, and I'm blocking him.
Submit.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Yeah, because I won't let him win. When I go in and he starts playing these games, I always make sure that he knows I'm the dominant, and I'm going to pick him up and make sure that he understands. So he's and he wears out pretty quick. He's actually really good.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing, so you'll be fine. You can do literally whatever you want with him.
I've been handling alligators for almost 15 years now.
Yeah.
Very long time. Yeah, he's trying to go under there.
Oh, buddy. Now he's starting to calm down.
That's awesome. See, it's good though. Like, I've heard of worse rescue stories with these, and it's like, you have the space, you have the time to work with him. He's not always trying to rip you off and rip your finger off or anything. So that's awesome.
No, he's actually good. Like right now, I guarantee I can
pick him up. Yeah.
Like he's over being bad now.
He got through that age.
Yeah. Yeah, he can be. He's fine. All right. Want to come over, maybe? Nope. He's like, give it away.
You scared me, Dad.
Come here, baby. He just got so.
He's like, I can't submit under the bench. I'm going over here.
I'm gonna hide under this rock.
Yeah.
And it's always funny with those, little ear, those ducks, ear ducks that bubble.
I'll leave them alone.
Feel free if you want. You can do whatever you want with them. That's up to you. I think he's completely submitted now.
I work with alligators 40 hours a week, so.
Yeah. So you've had plenty.
I totally just want to dip in this nice cool water.
That's good. Well, we gotta get back to work anyway.
Yeah, we got stuff to do. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Brian, thank you so much for having us.
It was awesome, man.
I know you enjoyed us surprising you with him.
I was a little bit upset about Jeremy coming, but I'm happy.
I knew it. I warned him.
I'm happy you're here, bro.
So, guys, I'm going to put all Brian's stuff in the description at the end of the video. So, if you guys haven't subscribed to him, you should do it already because awesome guy, very educational. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all my Patreons as well. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. We will see you guys in the next video. Like always, smash that like button. No, actually, I changed it. Strike the like button. We'll see you guys later. Bye.